Madam Speaker, members, I required to inform the membership of a motion filed under Rule 53. Madam Speaker, I wish to advise the House that on the date April 15, 2014, I will make a motion to recall House Bill 2409 from the Committee on Finance sub for the purpose of placing said bill on top of the next calendar and rules calendar as provided for in Rule 53. Representative Van Huss, dated April 14, 2014.
Representative Alexander.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I guess this may be a question for the clerk. In reference to Representative Van Huss's bill, we're going to be hearing that bill in Finance Subcommittee this evening, I think. And so what effect does what you just said have on our hearing of that bill? Are those two actions going to be mutually inclusive or mutually exclusive of one another, or just how does one affect the other, sir?
Mr. Clark.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, the first part of Rule 53 states, except during organizational session, after any bill or other matter shall have been in any committee, standing committee for 7 days, the same may be called for 2/3. The bill, I believe, now has been in the committee in excess of 7 days. I think it's 9 or 10 days. The body, when we get to unfinished business tomorrow, will take up the motion from Representative Van Huss unless it is withdrawn. So if the Finance Subcommittee were to defeat the motion, the bill that is before them, or defer the motion, then the body under unfinished business tomorrow would be voting to bring it directly to the floor, but it would actually go to calendar and rules to be calendared for the floor. If Budget Subcommittee passed the bill from subcommittee to full committee, the motion is still before us and would have to be heard. I don't believe it would be in order at that point in time, because then the bill would have only been in full committee for 1 day.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Unfinished business, Leader McCormick.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And it was along the same lines. When we suspended the rules, does that not mean that it doesn't have to be in full committee for 1 day? I'm sorry, when we suspended the rules in the flow motion, you just said it had to be in committee for 1 day. I thought it did.
Leader McCormick. I'm sorry, excuse me, Mr. Clark.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, this is Rule 53. Rule 53 is very specific for bills that have been introduced and assigned to a committee. These are only applicable for bills that have been assigned to committee. We did not suspend this portion of Rule 53. As a matter of fact, the last sentence in Rule 53 says this rule may not be suspended. So it's not a part of the flow motion and may not be subject to suspension at any time.
Thank you. And my next question is, if it's sent back to calendar and rules, does the calendar and rules have an obligation to calendar it for the floor, since the body has directed it back to calendar and rules for a immediate floor consideration?
Mr. Clark.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, the answer is no. The rules are very clear that if it gets the necessary 2/3 vote, that it shall be placed at the top of the calendar and rules calendar on the next day on which the committee meets.